Hello, hello, hello. I want to talk about the same subject, the cluster B help centers. I give it a third part because it is the most important help center. This requires the most money, the most effort, the most people, the most personnel to help. It requires very strong people, physically strong, and they all should be also trained in social work and psychology. All the prison guards should be trained in all of this, and all the prison guards and everyone, like I said before, they also should go to the group therapy every day. There should be group therapy happening every single day that lasts for 2 hours. I think this is the minimum time, 2 hours to unfold trust and express yourself and see what other people say about their lives, and they lay their cards on the table, they take their emotional clothes off, so to speak, and it gives an atmosphere of trust and safety, feeling safe to ponder over their own emotional stuff. Most people are running away from it so fast they're not even consciously aware that there is something going on. So I got myself a nice pillow here. So, okay. And so when they see other people talk about stuff, then they will feel safer and they will be able to not just talk about, before they even talk about their stuff, they will be able to also recognize in themselves very similar tragedies and trauma and mental illness and problems. So we're all in this together, you know. So I had to cough earlier because I was watching Sam Wagner's videos. They make me laugh, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm not laughing about him, not at all. No, I think he's very, very, very intelligent, and highly educated in the field of psychology, and courageous and willing to stand there all by himself, you know. And he even has self humor, and it is a very subtle kind of self humor which I deeply appreciate. So, and yeah, but you know, of course, he feels victimized, and that's where the videos are coming from the feeling of victimization. So when I laugh, I have to cough. But I'm not laughing about him, okay? So, but, and I'm not diagnosing him. No, I'm not allowed to do this, okay? I'm just speculating what might be the case. So, you know, I think it might be the case that, yeah, he might be feeling victimized, okay? Because the women are now going for, not for the alpha males anymore. So, you know, that alone is a big subject. Alpha males, okay? And that is, I think this idea of alpha male, the whole idea about it is already so enormously problematic for the whole world that men think that they need to do all kinds of real awful crappy things in order to keep the image of alpha male going. Oh my gosh, this is just so wrong on so many levels. And so it's like, they can't have, they need to infantilize the woman. They need to, and if the woman is smart, they need to figure out a way to make their ego feel superior. And because that's the only way they feel like they can emotionally survive, is if they make the woman into the clown or infantilize her and make her, ha ha, look, she's a Pollyanna, ha ha ha, Gary and Mendham, ha ha ha, you're just that's a wishy-washy, woo, Well, he does that to men too, of course. So I don't think that Gary Mendham is infantilizing particularly women. So I think he is infantilizing all people. But and I'm not saying that Sam Vaknin is infantilizing women. He's too smart for that. I think he would very much appreciate hanging out with women who are highly intellectual and on his level. So I think, and he would give them credit, of course, for, just like he would give credit to anyone else. But what I see that infantilizing behavior. I see that in men I see that in all undereducated circles, and I see it also in those, the newly educated people that come from undereducated backgrounds. I see it in them. I see it in all the old cowboys. All the old cowboys want to infantilize the woman. Then they can feel masculine. If the woman is intellectually infantilized, is intellectually, it is somehow rationalized away, her intellectualism, by putting it into the, I don't know, whatever they want to put a label on. She's just trying to be this or that new age, or she's trying to be a feminist or a feminazi, or trying to themselves rationalizing away that a woman is really highly educated and intellectual. Or they do age shaming. They say, oh yeah, you must be a boomer. Yes, that's so. I see all of this, Well, people over 50, if they have been coming from an educational background, and if they have been researching and reading their whole life, yes, they do know a lot. Yes, they do know a lot more than someone who is in their sweet 20s. This is just a logical conclusion to make, right? So, and I think it would be wise to listen to people more and to see what they have to say instead of looking at their haircuts and their eyebrow shapes. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be very, very wonderful if we can really get past the appearance, the constant, like a feverish focus on appearance. And I'm so tired of it. I really am so massively tired of seeing this constant fixation. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on in girls and men. The cowboy men particular are constantly trying to get their egos to feel like they are ahead or above women in some way, because it's just, it feels too defeating to them if the women are going their own ways, you know. So, yeah. And so Sam Vaknin is, you know, I don't know his personal situation, but what I see, what I speculate on in these videos is there's a lot of sadness, you know. There's a lot of loneliness. There's a lot of feeling hurt. But, you know, that feeling hurt in the present time is just a mirror reflection of the past. You know, what's happening in the past that is not dealt with continues on into the present time. And, you know, when someone is alone, then there's a reason for it, you know. So, for example, I live with Paul. I have lived with Paul for the last 20 years, or even longer, you know. So we got married in 2001 during the Bush era, and we were also romantically together for many years, but that stopped. But we're still best friends. And the reason why we are together and best friends, even though it's rocky, it has been also very rocky. I left him 4 times and I came back. So reason why this friendship has been very rocky is because we got issues. That's why. But I came back, and the reason why I came back is because he cares. He's a very compassionate, caring person, okay? And I love compassionate, caring people. And I love this friendship. And I'm not missing much because I put a kind, caring friendship where we arrange ourselves, where we get shared work, where we have different tasks because our brains are different. So we try to make the best of our lives, you know. He does the things that he is better at and he prefers to do, and same for me. So we make it work, you know. And he gives me foot massages, and he's very, very kind and caring, and I clean the house, and so shared work. He does garden work. He cares. That's the most important thing for me. A friendship that is based on compassion is everything for me. It's so much more than some lousy sexual thing, you know, a sexual relationship or whatever, you know, a sexual relationship that, you know, if that contains love too, then that's fantastic. You know, I'm gonna make another part because there's just so much to talk about, you know. And so, but I want to, for the last 2 minutes, you know, I want to clarify that all this delinquency in the world, you know, the cluster B males in particular, you know, they hang on to this idea of alpha male being some kind of bad guy. So it's just a matter of definition. For me, an alpha male is someone like Paul Watson or Al Gore or Elon Musk, someone who deeply cares and someone who uses his brain wisely and who makes something happen, who helps the world, who is massively successful with what they're doing. So, and just strong and powerful, and particularly in the brain, you know, that's like the number one criterion for me. But I see that other people have other ideas about that word, alpha male. So, but they have really wrong ideas, and that leads to delinquency and all kinds of bad things. I make another part.